up, guys? So I'm finally doing the review on my HKS turbo kit. In this video alone, I'm not gonna do like a complete overview in the car. I'll probably do in the next 1 or 2 videos where I'll talk about like how much I spent on the car based on everything I've done, what is done to the car. So I'll do that in another video. But for this video, it's only just my review, my opinions, my thoughts on the turbo kit itself on the Subaru BRZ FRS 86, yada yada yada. But yeah, so first of all, this is my 2017 Subaru BRZ. I have an HKS turbo kit on it. Supporting mods I do have for the turbo kit is an oil cooler, a fuel pump, and injectors. It's tuned by Delicious Tuning. Shout outs to Bill for the amazing tune. I do have gauges. I have a wideband, oil pressure, and boost gauge. I am tuned around like 12, 13, 14 PSI. It makes around 326 wheel horsepower. So it's actually pretty peppy. For this car, for what it was before, it's really nice. Initially, I thought the BRZ was fine from the factory with an NA tune, meaning like an exhaust setup, headers, and a tune either by Delicious Tuning, some other tuner, or like an open flash tablet. Like that alone, I think was perfect for how the BRZ should have came stock from the factory. Obviously, it did not come like that stock. Now, without the headers and stuff, you're gonna get a massive torque dip, which was not fun at all. But once you got rid of that, the BRZ became very fun. I mean, it was already a fun car, but the fun just exponentially increased way more. But yeah, so with the turbo kit, add this down. With the turbo kit, it adds a lot of more power, obviously. Stock, I want to say 205 at the crank. I want to say maybe 170, 180 at the wheel. With the NA tune, you're looking at maybe like 190 at the wheel, maybe. With this, I'm making 326, which is basically 130 something more horsepower than over what I previously had on the car. And let me tell you, it's fun. It's really fun. What I was really concerned about was whether or not the car would be able to handle the power. I think right now I'm almost at the limit, like maybe like 10 more horsepower and that's it. Like that's pretty much what the stock internals can handle on this engine. I'm not sure if I plan on building this yet. It's just a lot of money that I don't have at the moment. But eventually down the line, I would love to have a fully built BRZ engine to handle more boost. But power-wise, right now I'm really happy with what it is. And like, let me tell you, it's really good fun. Like I enjoy it a lot. Every time it puts a great smile on my face. And it's a fun car. It was already a fun car, but now the fun just went up another level with the turbo kit, right? So yeah, I enjoy it. I daily drive it. I've been driving it for about 7-8 months now. Daily driving it. No issues daily driving at all. It does get a little hot, but once you start moving out of the stop and go traffic, I do time myself perfectly though to when I leave for work and when I leave for work and when I leave work to come back home. So like with that, like just being mindful, and I haven't had any issues at all. Like no overheating issues, none whatsoever. Especially with the oil cooler kit. And I live in Hawaii, so it's really hot. It's humid I wouldn't say half, 90% of the year it's humid no matter what you do. Like we're surrounded by bodies of water, what you gonna do, right? But with that, no issues whatsoever. Like the only issues that I've had with this car were because of my faults of installation on my end or errors on my end, or so I just did something stupid. So that's all on me. Like product wise and product wise, service wise, from the tune, from the installation of the kit, from the kit itself and the product quality from the kit, I love it. Like no complaints, none whatsoever. Yeah, I think let's talk about some things I don't like about the kit. It's very few, very minor. The one thing I do not like about this kit, like there is no position for a blow-off valve, so you have to custom and weld your own piping to make it work. But that's not a big issue. Like if you really want that blow valve, it's not that hard to do. If you can find someone to do it for you, or if you want to learn yourself, right? So that's not a big issue. And that's really the only gripe I have with this turbo kit. The only thing I should have done prior to installing the turbo kit was change my timing belts, because the turbo mounts right on that area and it has a mounting point on the pulleys. So now it's gonna be a really, really fun time trying to take those pulleys off. I mean, trying to take the turbo off to do all the belts and stuff. But yeah, let's talk about the car now. How it drives, what are my thoughts when I drive it. The boost is great. The boost starts building around like 32, and you really get that punch once you hit like 45. And if you want to like maximize your power, like second gear from like a 40 row, it's amazing. It feels great. It's very exhilarating. It throws your head back. It's not like the biggest, right? But it'll like give you that little, you know. So it's great. It's great. I'll do a few pulls. I'll cut and add it in. But yeah, it's really great. I love it so much. Yeah, I'll put my dyno sheet on so you guys can see that as well, what the power is. It makes peak boost around like, it peaks out and horsepower around like 7, but like I don't really use that range. Like I'm always in like the 45, like a 4,000, like 3,000 to like 6,000 range is where you can have fun with on a normal basis. Like you're not trying to like push the car every fucking day. Like I'm just trying to have fun and enjoy myself without going too much over the top where the car is gonna get abused and all that good stuff. Like I still want to take care of this car, drive it really well, you know, maintain it really well, but still enjoy it. And it sounds amazing. Like the sounds it makes are amazing. But yeah, back to the power. The power is great. Like it's very usable power. Like the torque is not that high from what I can remember, and that's great. And I think what it is like if the BRZ has way too much torque, and that's what sends everything to explode on itself. Axles, internals, the whole nine. Like if you have way too much torque on the BRZ, like I'm sorry. If you don't have a built engine, of course. But like where it is now with the horsepower and the torque, I think it's perfectly fine where it is, and it's perfectly balanced where it is. Like when I talk about balance, like I feel like this is where the car is at its, it could be more, but I think at what I want it for, at the limit that I want to drive the car with my potential driving abilities, like this is perfectly balanced for how I drive. Like I have a decent suspension setup. I have BC coilovers, lower control arms, front strut bar, front tower brace. And with the power, it's great. Like the only thing I want to add just to make it just a little more better would possibly be, I do have to upgrade my trans, yes, but get slotted rotors and upgraded brake pads, because I don't think this car is fast enough, or at least I don't drive it aggressively enough for me to need a bigger brake kit. Like I don't track this car, we don't have a track in Hawaii, so I'm just driving spiritedly under the speed limit, at the speed limit, for fun and enjoyment on my own. Safely, of course. So I think the balance is there with this turbo kit. Like it's there. It's most definitely there. And that's what lets you enjoy the car. Having it balanced, but with the power, very usable. Like I'm not even doing full pulls. Alright, so let's do some more pulls for you guys. Yeah, but like that wasn't even full pulls earlier. It was just light pulls, 3,000 to like 55 or so. It's good fun, like very usable power. You don't have to pull this car out all the time. They don't have to put it to the max. I'll enjoy it. Like you just use whatever usable power it has and just have fun with it. It's great. Yeah, it's great. The noises are amazing. The turbo spooling, I don't know if you guys can hear it. I hope you guys can hear it. That little floater at the end. Once in a great while, you'll get a small little backfire, and like that little, it's not really a backfire, it's more of a, and it's so nice to hear, and it's like ooh, it's there. It's great. It's enjoyable. It puts a smile on my face. I really love the BRZ. I'll put the pools in there. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Then again, thanks you guys for watching. I'm not a big YouTube channel. I'm not a professional reviewer, obviously. I'm just going off of my personal experiences from the, little guy from Hawaii. I'm not little, but I'm kind of chubby. But a little YouTube channel from Hawaii, enjoying cars, vlogging, documenting for you guys to enjoy as well. I hope everyone's safe out there with the corona, the COVID-19. Oh, one thing, someone commented in the last video that, am I the guy from Walking Dead? I don't know which guy, but I wish I was the guy from Walking Dead. Like, I would have been making so much more money, and I would be making a bunch of car parts. I mean, I would be buying a bunch of car parts with that money. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Thank you. Oh, what is this?
This is the Filipino, the Filipino call that goes.
Oh, if you got any Filipinos out there, what is that?